This is ANN News Brief.
A fire at a major industrial area in Gambia has destroyed millions of dollars worth of goods outside the Gambia's capital, Banjul, leaving many traders in tears. At least 50 vehicles were burned to ashes. One businessman says he had lost at least $2 million in property and stock. Some eyewitnesses say the first firefighters could not contain the blaze that started on Sunday evening from a cooking gas store. On Monday morning, another crew from Banjul Airport with specialist equipment were still dousing the burning embers. People living nearby abandoned their homes for safety. No deaths were reported. The international community of the Red Cross, ICRC, and Zambia Red Cross say low rainfall and waterlogging have destroyed many crops in Zambia. The humanitarian groups are now appealing for $3.5 million in donations to avert what they call a catastrophic food insecurity that could affect 2.3 million people. Zambia Red Cross's head, Kaitana Chingo, says people and animals, both livestock and wildlife, are having to use the same water point because of the lack of drinking water caused by drought. The ICRC says in a statement food relief has been provided over the past few months, but says more help is needed. We'll return after this break.
Whether in your house, at your office, on your phone or online, we are there. We have the facts behind the headlines. We cut to the chase with the news you really need. We cover every angle. We are the bigger, better news network. We are African News Network. ANN. Watch ANN News on MITV from a truly African spirit.
The United Nations Office for Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs, UNOCHA, has raised concerns over flood situation in Somalia. The UN agency raised an alert of a humanitarian crisis in parts of Somalia caused by floods following heavy rains. The agency estimates nearly 122,000 people have been displaced by the floods. It says most of those displaced are from the central Somalia Balengwene town. A boat carrying at least 30 persons were reported to have capsized on Monday in the town, leading to the death of at least 10 persons. Many others are said to be missing. UN added that rescue and relief efforts are underway. Somalia's President Mohamed Abdullahi Farmajo met with members of the recently formed Floods Relief Committee and religious leaders to discuss how to offer aid to the victims. He appealed to the international community to assist those affected by the floods. That is ANN News Brief. For details on these and other breaking stories, visit our website, annafrica.news. Conversation continues on our social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at ANN Africa TV. I'm Lucy Adim.